This is a message to the kings of the earth. Gather around, sit down and listen carefully. Mr. Trump, Mr. Netanyahu, Mr. Putin, and Mr. Zelensky. I had to become dangerous so that I get your attention, full attention, and so that you know how serious this is. So, how does it feel? How does it feel knowing that you are sentenced to death and you don't know when it will happen and you cannot do anything about it? It's out of your control. A mother holding her two children. The airstrike, missiles are falling all around. All she can hear is chaos and destruction and screams. And she doesn't know when a missile will hit her house. She knows it will happen, but she cannot do anything because she has to remain strong for her two children. She knows that the end is near. So, where's the difference? You don't care because it doesn't happen to you, right? Until the moment when it happens to you. And you cannot do anything about it, and you have to take it. I chose Mr. Trump as a mediator for this group, so I put him aside and I sentenced the rest of you. I knew that Mr. Trump has a great influence on all of you, and I knew the methods and results that Mr. Trump can achieve in a very short time. I also knew that Mr. Trump, his soul, has a very high ranking in spiritual realm. Mr. Trump figured most of the things I speak about on his own, but the society was not ready to hear the knowledge that he has. The society was not ready to comprehend what he understands. I put Mr. Trump aside and I chose to teach the rest of you an important lesson. I apologize that it had to be this way, but until your head was on the guillotine, you wouldn't open your heart up, you wouldn't learn empathy. Because your hearts are closed, you're not able to listen. So the only way to make you listen is through fear, since mostly you operate from the root. Root is where the survival is, the fight or flight system, and the need for control. And when there is no control of self, and when there is no wisdom, because the eye, divine eye, is obstructed with greed, then there is obsessive need for control everything outside of yourself. The state of humanity today looks like this. Those three energy points are responsible for the animalistic side of humanity. We wake up, we eat, we drink, we go on with the day, we continue to eat and drink. Sometimes we get drunk and sometimes other substances come into play. and then energy drops down. Then pleasure comes into play. Sex and other forms of pleasure. Then energy comes down, and there is either, depending on the state of drunkenness, a fight with everyone around us, or simply we're going to sleep into the maintenance mode. Then we wake up, rinse and repeat. It's all the time in a loop. Not many cross into the heart. Majority of humanity rides on fumes, low energy, ensures that they remain in their root. Dear kings of the earth, I had to teach you a lesson, to show you something very important. Humanity has a much bigger problem. The problem that humanity has. This problem is so big that all the other problems of humanity seem minuscule in comparison. First, I want to teach you something very important. Root is where our connection to the earth plays an important role. Because humanity invented concrete roads, pavements, concrete jungles, and because humanity invented rubber soles and shoes, we isolated ourselves from the soil, from the earth. The isolation from the earth creates a blockage in which we are not exchanging the ions in our electrons with Mother Earth. And when that exchange does not happen, we begin to shake. Our cells begin to shake. Our atoms begin to shake. Lack of that exchange leads to inflammation. Inflammation is the first step of every disease that humanity is dealing with. After the inflammation comes anxiety. Once we become inflamed and anxious, we are aggravated, and then we are easy to anger. We are easy to fight with each other. The big problem that we have on the night sky wants us to be divided, wants us to fight with each other. 15 minutes a day touching this bare feet is enough, every day if possible, to solve 98% of the problems of humanity. There you are. There's another part of this story. Each of the energy centers in our body, across our spine, has to be harmonized. When it's not harmonized, it's in dissonance. The entire universe and everything in it beats to a certain rhythm. That rhythm means life. Everything that does not beat to that rhythm is in between one beat and another. It's dissonant. The lack of rhythm, the dissonance in our energy centers leads to blockages. The 7 deadly sins The lack of rhythm and the lack of being one with everything that has rhythm leads to destruction, leads to death. I want you to notice something very important. This drum is large enough to vibrate at a very low frequency, the frequency that corresponds to the root, to the point with which we connect to the Mother Earth. The state of humanity, current state of humanity, is looking like this, and it's in complete dissonance. Slowly, humanity is going back to the roots, is going back to the tribal ways, to the healing. Bringing the root to balance is the first step for the consecutive seals to be unlocked. Bringing the root to balance will solve many problems of humanity. This instrument creates a rhythm that corresponds to root. And puts the root into harmony, out of the dissonance. This is how healing happens. Now, I want you to look at what's causing the dissonance, aside of the disconnection from the earth, rubber souls, and so on that I mentioned before. What's causing the dissonance is this. Yes, this sound does not sound very harmonic, does it? And yet, humanity is bombarded with this frequency, with this vibration, with this dissonant sound or symphony for centuries. The entire planet, as an organism, is bombarded with this frequency for centuries. This frequency works on the water. The water in Saturn's rings is the same water we are made of. All water in the universe is connected. Saturn is our oppressor. Saturn wants slaves, as I mentioned before, or whatever is stationed on the Saturn. In order to do that, Saturn must keep humanity in dissonance. Every scripture that teaches about Shaitan, Satan, 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 Saturn, every scripture do not mention that Saturn wants to kill us. Why would Saturn want to kill us when Saturn created this vessel? Our spirit is the creation of Mother Earth. Our soul is the creation of the Father in the heavens. Our vessel, the coding that makes up the vessel, is the creation of what exists on Saturn. I'm sorry to break it down to you this way, but it's time. This is the prison for the soul, and we are at the center of a massive system that harvests consciousness. The scriptures clearly state that Saturn's, Satan's, Satan's role is to deceive humanity. Saturn needs us in an illusion. Why Saturn needs us in an illusion? Because Saturn is a cosmic loser. Saturn rejected the healing. Saturn exists only in that state, in the root. It continuously, endlessly fights to survive. A darkness can only control lesser darkness, which is why Saturn needs humanity to be in an illusion, in darkness, so that Saturn can control humanity. Saturn wants humanity to be in the state of survival, to be in the root, just like Saturn is, because Saturn knows the potential that humanity has if humanity wakes up to who we truly are. Saturn does not have this potential, we do. And as long as we believe that we are just some ants on a rock that's spinning in the cosmos and we cannot do anything, that's how it's going to be. We are facing a war that cannot be won with tanks, with bombs, with jets. No technology will allow us to win this war. Nothing within the physical matrix of energy will allow us to win this war. We are tiny compared to Saturn and the black sun that's somewhere out there. We are tiny compared to their technological advancement, and they will never allow us to cross certain threshold with our technological advancement. They gave us the gift of their science, the gift of their understanding of divine through mathematics. They gave us bits and bobs here and there, but they will never allow us to fully evolve in this way. And we can only win this war by healing. We don't have any more need for greed. We don't have any more need for money. What's good use of the money if the sun is going down? We are at the last stage of this solar system. All other planets have already evacuated into the light. That's why they look empty and barren. All other planets have went through the same process. We are the last ones, as the heart of the solar system. And the sun is already decomposing. It's not a long time that is left for us in here. So what's the point of hoarding the money? What's the point of hoarding the riches? The New Jerusalem is not a physical, geographical location somewhere on the piece of land. The New Jerusalem is in the hearts, at the center, between the root and the crown, both balanced. I have the keys to the New Jerusalem, and I want to invite everyone to the New Jerusalem. In order to win with Saturn, we have to get out of the same state as the cosmic loser is in, the parasite. We have to heal. We have to reach the crown. We have to become like this. Gautama Buddha, once he reached his total enlightenment, he said these words: I reached the heaven's gate and I kissed the knob. Buddha knew that he cannot enter the heaven's gate on his own. He needs to wait for the rest of us. We have to do it together, all of us. There's no other way. We are the extension of the Mother Earth, of the planet that we live on. We must reconnect to the soil. We must act together as one. There is no other way. I've got the keys, and I want to offer the keys to everyone. I showed you the destruction. I showed you one side of the power. I had to scare the out of you. And I can walk the path of the shadow if I need to. If I will need to protect Mother Earth from humans, I will do what I must. But I don't want it to be this way. There are many different paths. I don't see all of the paths, but I see hundreds of them, and I see the consequences of each path if I take it. Saturn does not control how the things are going in here anymore. Right now, I am the first, so I am controlling the timeline of this planet. Do you think I take pleasure in hurting others for their sins? Do you think I take pleasure in walking the shadow path? I want to walk the path of light. I showed you the destruction. I showed you what's possible. And now I want to show you the healing. I want to offer all of you forgiveness, absolution of the sins, tabula rasa, a clean page. We can all start from a clean page. Every crime and every evil done on this planet originates from the dissonance caused by that frequency. Humans do things and they don't know why they do them. It's all subliminal. It's all subconscious. Or shall I say unconscious. We must understand that the things are how they are because we have this one massive problem that we have to solve. And I have the solution to this problem. I gathered 4 kings. I showed you what can happen And now I want to give you a vision of the best way possible. It can be easy meaning healing. And healing does not mean easy. Healing is difficult, it's hard. There will be tears. There will be isolation. But it's either hard work or self-destruction. There is no other way. I just showed you how to heal 98% of problems of humanity. But this is just the beginning. Mr. Trump once said that we are fighting against the enemy that is invisible. And Mr. Trump pointed many times towards Nibiru. He said that we should watch Nibiru. He knew more than most know. He understands more than most know, than most are able to understand. However, the people who listened to him were not able to get the image, the whole image, just from his words. My gifts are designed in a way so that I can translate complex topics into a simple way for everyone to be able to understand. I am a master teacher, and I am trying to do everything by myself. I'm alone, without help, without support. I have no space and no resources. Yet I'm doing the best I can. I'm thriving. I can continue by myself, but I need help because help would help me be more efficient. With help, I could achieve a lot more faster. So I'm asking you, kings, to work together, to forget the sins of the past, to forget everything that happened. Forgive each other. You might hate me, and I don't care about that. You might hate me for coming here and bringing destruction to your order. But was your order truly an order? Part of your hate towards me is because you know that the words I speak are truth. I'm asking you to come together, work together, bring the rest of the kings of the earth, educate everyone, show them the problem, but tell them not to panic because there is also a solution. It will be a lot of work, but this is the only way for humanity to progress right now. There is no other way. We must heal. We must be crowned in order to enter the New Jerusalem, in order to disappear from the sight of the cosmic loser. Mr. Netanyahu, I was waiting to see the effects of my actions. This is why I separated Mr. Trump. I knew that there is a chance that he will wake up, and he did. He's trying to do better, and he convinced you as well. I am hoping that this will not end on empty promises and empty words. I'm hoping that there will be no children in there, small children, playing in the ruins of a house in which their parents are buried. I had to teach all of you a lesson. Even Mr. Elon Musk. Right now, Mr. Elon Musk is tortured by the screams of all the souls sacrificed to build his wealth. He's going through a massive ego debt. I provided him with dimethyltryptamine trip using fear. In about 2 months from now on, Mr. Elon Musk will look at the world with a pair of new eyes. He's going through his first rebirth. And even for him, God prepared a way to redeem himself. I have an idea on how to use these satellites before we drop them down. God prepared a way for everyone. No one has to be left behind. But it's time to let go of the greed. It's time to let go of the envy. It's time to let go of the lies, of the deception. It's time to stop indulging in self. And for as long as we still have this system and this money, we have to use the money, use them in such a way to transmute all the evil on this planet into good. We have to provide every human being equal chance to grow and develop, to reach the crown, because each human being is like a cell. We are all the cells of a single massive organism. We need education, we need to be shown the way. And I'm trying to show the way to everyone. But I have a band of psychos who are trying to get in my way. They're also acting from the frequency of Saturn, and Saturn is using them to stop me. They're registering firearms on my name to try and frame me, to get me to prison. They're doing everything they can. And they don't even know what they're doing. Because they're in a trance of dissonance. We have to reconnect to the rhythm. We have to reconnect to the earth. 15 minutes a day, every day. Dear kings, if you ever feel stressed because of your work, anxious because of what's happening, try it. Go and stand on the earth, bare feet, for 15 minutes and see how it makes you feel. You will see for yourself the power of the healing of the Mother Earth. I'm asking you to join forces, to work together, leave all the conflicts, inform all the leaders, educate higher ups, and then educate humanity. I'm working on the teachings, but I need more time. I need help. I'm lifting the weight of this world on my shoulders, alone. And yes, I'm capable, but it could be easier. Do you really want to become an eternal slave? Is that what you truly want? We don't have to suffer because of the cosmic loser. We don't have to suffer the same fate as the cosmic loser who created this prison in his image. Certain parts of the scripture are different from the rest because they're taken from a different set of ideologies. That's why many people who study the Bible see that there is a huge difference between the God of the Old Testament and the God of the New Testament. I'm offering you a clean page. I'm offering you to forget all the sins, receive absolution, and from this point onwards, do better. And I will revoke all of the judgments that I made on all of you and all of the people, but under only one condition. We must come together and decide to work together. The time is running out, and the money will mean absolutely nothing after the time runs out. So there is no more sense to be greedy, no more sense to hoard for the future generations, because there will be no future generations. My next moves will depend on your next choices. Please choose wisely. You are meant to be the wise man leading your nations. Don't allow the greed to cover your eye anymore. This is the crossroads of humanity. And depending on the choice that you make here and now, the choice will dictate the future. I don't want to walk the path of the shadow. I want to walk the path of the light. I had to use drastic measures in order to get to you and in order to teach you a lesson, to show you something. But no one needs to die. There is a group of sorcerers who play puppeteers, and they pull the strings, they cast their illusions, their witchcraft on the kings of the earth in order to control everything hidden in the shadows. I'm going to take care of the sorcerers. Leave that to me. My gifts produce magic. The art I make, the gold I put into my art, creates magic. My creations, the ones that you watch, are spells. They are very powerful spells, very powerful. In the upcoming time, I will create more positive magic, more positive spells that will free humanity, and the more people will watch it, the better. It's like what Hollywood does to human perception, only reversed. My magic will reverse the damage caused by certain side of Hollywood. My magic will free and heal humanity. And I can do it alone. It's just going to take me a long, long time, especially if more people will be trying to get in my way and stop me. It doesn't have to be like this. The paths are many, and I'm offering you to take the best outcome possible, the best path that humanity can take right now. And for that, there has to be fast action and there have to be results. You just showed how fast you can solve the problem that was seemingly unsolvable for so long in Gaza. The COVID pandemic showed how fast the world can change. Globally, it's only a matter of a choice, if we want to or if we don't. I'm going to revoke all of the judgments, but you have to take my offer and accept to work together. Forget everything wrong that we have done as humanity to each other. Let it go. Let go of all the evil we caused under the influence of the symphony of dissonance. Let us wake up and rise. I'm going to teach, and let the rest apply the teachings and work together. There's an army of people, God's people, the chosen ones, who are already doing the work, and by doing so, They're holding a high frequency for everyone else, to pull everyone else up. The more people decide to get up there to that frequency, the faster it will be. The acceleration will be parabolic. I'm hoping that you will use your wisdom to make this choice. And I'm hoping that you will choose right. There was never ever before a time on this planet like this. And this is no time to play games. This is no time to be in your ego. All of the souls are at stake here. We either do it together or no one gets home. If the humanity chooses to heal and be crowned, it will become invisible to the cosmic loser, and humanity will uplift the frequency of the planet as whole, as one organism, and the planet will transcend into a higher light dimension. The planet with all the people will evacuate, disconnect through the sun, right before the sun completely decomposes, and the cosmic loser will be left alone in the darkness without the slaves. This is how we win the war, and I hold the keys, and now I'm offering the keys to you. Stop fighting with each other. I'm going to take care of Iran. In a good way, I mean. But you, all of you, have to make the most important decision in your life. And I want you to think about everyone and everything in existence when you're making that decision. Not just yourself. Please. Mr. Trump, I have given you a gift. You will not be able to see that gift, but you will be able to feel it. And it will help you going forward. A gift of healing. And I would like gladly to give that healing to the rest of the kings, if they decide to accept my offer. This gift is only the beginning stage. It's a clearing, purging. The work has to be done on the level of the mind, and the mindset must be changed. And I will teach you and everyone else how to do that. Mr. Trump, I count that you will pass the message where it needs to go. This is not just me doing this on my own. This is God reaching out with a hand to each and every one of you. This is God's plan, and it would be wise to follow this plan. God has not forsaken humanity. God is just extremely patient, and his plan is stretched across a longer span of time than the Saturn can comprehend. In order for the Saturn not to realize of what's going on, the artificial intelligence of Saturn have not collected the data that it is presented right now anywhere else in the cosmos. We are the glitch in everything. We are the glitch in the matrix. The artificial intelligence does not know what to do with us because it's learning right now as it goes. And this is where our advantage is. This is the gift from God. Follow my lead, kings. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that you will be wise enough to make the right choice.